Very impressive move coming out of XRP over the last hours, guys. 100% meeting our expectations towards that upside. We haven't actually met the 299 target that we wanted, except, well, kind of, right? Look at this right here. It reached an area. Yeah, that's what I meant. 98.95. Not quite reaching the 99.69 of this top side when we were actually drawing it or participating in the thesis of this last night's thread. Do we hit it or not? Well, I personally feel pretty damn bullish, and I still think that I'm siding with the bullish side of it all nonetheless. So let's go ahead and find out where price action goes in this episode here. Welcome back, everybody, to the channel. Please do me the favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and survive. My name is Arca, coming at you here on Wednesday, October 1st. Happy 9-month open, happy quarter open, or quarter end, right? And happy monthly open. 10:10 p.m. Pacific time. Present price action, 296.38. By the way, all of the entries actually worked. So we were looking at potential risk on areas of 284.57 down into the zone of about 282.86 for risk in liquidity, right? Okay, so we met that. We got an upside continuation to what we were saying. As soon as we break out of that 289, the 291 zone would be likely. Breaking out of the 291 would mean retest of your 291, right? From the soft targets of 294 and 295. And now we're breaking out above the 294 and 295. So the sequence is sort of going the way we were talking about. So how can we figure the pullback? How can we figure the potential retrace for another, I guess, a loading opportunity would be better said. Well, for that, I will encourage us to take a look at the closing bases from your macro candles, right? So, for example, here, this is a new daily traded candle. This is your bi-daily time frame, also a new one. Let's look at your 3-day time frame. That's closing in about a day, 19 hours, nothing there. 4-day time frame, a day, 19 hours, nothing quite there yet. And your 5-day time frame is closing in around 18 hours, 48 minutes. So this 18-hour, 48-minute close of the 5-day still makes me feel that we have some upside continuing here. So maybe around the 304, 305 area to be completely discretionary. Not mathematically backed just yet, just saying that we could be facing that kind of resistance top. Let's look deeper here. We'll go into the, to the closing of those macro times as well. Let's see. Yeah, so we have a new bi-weekly candle as well, guys, and that actually did open at 50% the prior bar, and now it's making an upside continuation. So here is some of the resistance targets that we could be facing, somewhere around the areas of 302.97, 302.86, looking still good. But I'm expecting bigger upside than this, guys. I want you to know that I'm not speaking bearish, I'm speaking bullish, just with condition, right? So now let's get into those macro times. For example, this is your prior monthly bar, and we were speaking of closing this and getting a 60 to 70% chance of expanding to the 50% of your prior bar. That is where we were. We just broke out of that 292.85. We're looking at around a resistance level of around 296.35 presently, but this is where we're still kind of going to. 302.17, maybe around the 303.46. It's looking good. It's still looking good. Now, let's check out the quarterly, because that's also a new bar that opened, right? So the quarterly time frame also opened up at nearly the 50% of that existing bar, right? So here you go. 50% of this bar was roughly around 281. That's kind of where we opened the new, quarterly bar. Let's see where it opened. 284.69, pretty damn close. It doesn't mean that it can't retest that. It just means that we did that. And we have a macro one that I honestly, we actually talked about this a few weeks ago. No, a few days ago, that we retraced a few weeks ago within a 9-month time frame. So the new 9-month candle is now supported by 289, nice. And the confluent closing and opening bases of our present bar and past bar, 284.55, looking pretty good. Okay, now, do we show on the quarterly that we have upside? Let's see if we can't get ourselves some. Yeah, it looks like we're only going to be able to see it through the monthly time frame, guys. Yeah, but I mean, we're not postured to the downside just yet. We're actually turning around potential volatility coming in within a setup of a bull flag, right? So that's good. Perfect. Okay, so I guess now, guys, what we want to do is maybe take a look at your immediate short-term volatility to determine what could be happening into your next day here. So let's see. Number one, the daily time frame. This is your new daily bar. We retraced already a little bit here. Could we have the opportunity to retrace to around 290? Maybe around the, maybe even here at the 292 area, 293 zone. Can we do that? Well, remember that there is typically a retrace after you open up a new bar. Now, do we have a new bar opening in all of these other time frames? Well, yeah, kind of the buy daily. So the buy daily would also participate in the drop to around 293, maybe around 293.48 if it gets below the 294.86. That's my thing, guys. 294.86 is a critical resistance support that we're now validating as support from a prior resistance, and it's strong enough to hold all of those candles to the left. Look at this, right? This right here. Let's get rid of all the other noise right here. So I'm going to go ahead and color this one yellow or some other obnoxious color or something. Let's just say, yeah, let's just do yellow, right? Take a look at this confluence here. You have this prior bar right at that point where the bar closes. These two bars here, these two bars there. So you have a lot of rhyming targets within this area here. So if I were to say that this pulls back, I'm gonna say this with very heavy discretion that we may be able to get this type of price action here. Not quite to the exact bottom of this point. I would say favoring the bottom side of this point here, not this one. Okay, but should there be a liquidity drop, it could be around here at 292.98. Conditions for entry would lead into these probabilities here. Please be careful. Do not over-lever. Do not feel super overly confident about this. Yes, we are strong. Yes, there is continuation, and I still see these topside targets as highly probable. In fact, if anything, I'm still highlighting your 302s area, maybe close to 303. As soon as we can combat the 303, 304, and make that into a support, guys, this would literally take us to the freaking moon. Guys, I need you to make sure not to reply to any Arca that comes up to you when you join the Arca Bulls trading team on Discord. Somebody will come up to you and say to turn off your messages, and somebody will say to tell them what crypto or whatever you're trading. Do not interact with them. It is not me. I am not ever, I will never reach out to you first or friend request you first, no matter the situation. I just will not do it. Okay, guys? Know that. I will not do that. Okay? So let's go ahead and make sure to also remember, guys, sign up for the training, for the training, right? Master's course is coming up, 9-week mentorship, $100 with me live, right? So make sure to sign up. It's going to be starting here in about 3 weeks. Seats are limited. Links are all in the description below for the back to school event. All right, team. So aside from this, guys, aside from this, entry liquidity, I think, could be found into these bottom zones in here, guys. So please be very careful as we practice the financial markets. As soon as, your macro supports, guys, I guess I have to say that. Just in case we get a further liquidity drop, I spoke about it a little earlier. Your 289 and 291, I said, sure, we can drop into that. Observing that 291 and 290 or whatever that is part of a support system right in here. Sure, we may be able to, guys, but I want to say that it feels like we're kind of already validating that. To give you guys a different perspective, we actually came up with this in the master's course just about an hour or two ago, and the thesis looks like this here. So let's just go ahead and kind of flip over and show you what that's looking like. This would be it right here on maybe a 8-hour time frame, I guess. Check it out. So this is your 8-hour time frame buy formation breakout. So you have you have your descending broadening wedge here, right? You also have the exit strategy being your inverse head and shoulders, and that gives you a lot of targets. Now, should we be facing a bull flag breakout, because that's a bull flag in a different time frame? Here are your resistances that we just talked about. Check it out: 30209 to about 30489. That's presently what I'm seeing here, guys, and these are two formations leading to a very high probability upside. So, yeah, take profit target would imply a 318 to 319 topside target. Okay, guys, so I think now that we know the play, I think this is a pretty good place to leave off. Should you have any questions, make sure to reach out to me at arcabulls@gmail.com. But I shall speak to you guys, very, very scary Larry Jerry, later. Adios, team, and yeah. Adios. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Ever. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well. A very, very good rest of your night and or day. And I will catch you at the Bell Mañana. Adios, team.